Hey everyone, so we have another PoE 2 trailer to look at. Now this was dropped at the PC game show and there was no other information given at all. They just simply showed the trailer and that's it. And they told us to wait until July for more. Now it's a very short trailer, just like the one with the sorceress from a few days ago. But it does showcase us quite a lot of new things to look at and quite a lot of things to speculate. Now, we can immediately see here that it's some sort of melee elemental builds that is playing with one of the new base types, a spear. This is something we've known about for quite a while. Unfortunately, this is basically it. That's the whole video. It's only 1 minute long, but if we play it back and just look at it, we can see that this is going to be with one of the new base types, which is a spear. It's something we've known about for quite a while. And as we can see here, there's actually quite a lot of new abilities to look at, which is kind of interesting. It's nice that they're showing off melee, and quite literally everything they're showing here does seem to be new. Now this is like Cyclone, but not Cyclone. And then right there, they did some sort of, I don't know if that's the auto, or I don't think it is because this thing got marked. So this might be some sort of combo ability. As this mob didn't have anything above its head, then that seems to have marked enemies. And then when he hits them, I guess we do extra damage. There seems to be some sort of lightning strike like frontal, some sort of ice ability. And it seems like every time they're attacking something, things are getting marked. See, they have a weird like blue fire above their head. I'm not sure if that's going to interact with their abilities. Those have a blue orb here. That could be a power charge, maybe. They could change the way power charges look. This could be something entirely new based on this ascendancy. But as we can see, they're just doing these same abilities over and over again, which is kind of interesting. It's showcasing that this is going to be a multi-ability based build rather than something that has one ability that you just spam a bunch of times and that's your whole build. GGG has shown that they want to move more towards this kind of playstyle where you are using multiple buttons, maybe one to clear, maybe one to single target, rather than you only using one button the whole way through. So this is in line with how GG is planning to design classes moving forward. The other thing to really look at this and speculate on is the character itself. If we go back here to the beginning and we look at them, it's something that doesn't resemble anything in the game. And if you actually go back to the absolute beginning and quickly just listen to the character.
If Exile could see this now, ugh, disgusting.
Now, to me, that doesn't really sound like the duelist. That doesn't sound like anything. And what maybe I'm going to speculate to say is that either this is a completely new class, or I think what this might mean is that ascendancies in PoE 2 are going to work a little bit differently. Because again, this doesn't look like a duelist or a marauder. What I'm going to maybe guess is that every single class is going to have a counterpart. So for example, the character that we saw at the start is going to be the witch counterpart. Maybe it's a sorceress. And while it'll still be the same idea, it will just be a different class which has new ascendancies, since we have been told that each class is going to double their ascendancies. So for example, witch will go from 3 ascendancies to 6, and so all of the other classes. But that might mean that these are just completely new classes. And if you choose to do the PoE 2 storyline, you instead will get to pick these classes. Let's say maybe this is monk and this is supposed to be the mirror to duelist. So you can either play duelist, get access to those 3 ascendancies, or play monk instead and get access to 3 new inspired ascendancies, but they would start at the same point in the passage tree. Again, even that is heavy speculation because the only information they've given about the passage tree is that it's being reworked. Right? And we don't really know how much of that has already bled through. They have said they wanted to add things from PoE 2 that made sense to add as they are ready. So for example, masteries could just be one of those additions from the new repository that was just ready to go and they decided to ship early, or maybe they shipped a early iteration of what masteries are going to be like. Again, it's going to be a very, very difficult to know, but that's probably going to be my assumption that this will share an ascendancy with duelist / starting location with duelist on the passage tree. And that way we only have one passage tree to look at versus having 2 separate passage trees for PoE 1 and PoE 2. And this is how they're going to do all the new ascendancies rather than giving us 6 ascendancies for each class. They have said they will be reworking how ascendancies are going to be gained. They didn't say if that is only going to be for PoE 1 or if it's going to only be for PoE 2 and both ascendancy types are going to be gained differently, or if only the PoE 2 ascendancies are going to be gained in a different way and we're going to still have to do lab for PoE 1. We don't really know. But honestly, this is kind of exciting to see that they're going to be adding quite a lot of new melee abilities. Spear might be fun to play. Hopefully Spear is a good base, and hopefully this revives melee. Maybe melee is safe, question mark. And I would say the animations look very, very smooth. Again, don't look at this and be like, wow, PoE 2 is going to be super slow. It's kind of hard to tell. And if you've looked at basically literally any other footage GGG has ever shown of anything, even for example, like Crucible gameplay or Sanctum gameplay or any other season, it's always this slow. It's always meant to be very low density. It's not going to be a representative of the end game at all. It's literally meant to be a showcase, right? We have a few monsters here that the character can fight with, just so we can see the animations, just so we can see the skills, just so we can see the environments, rather than it being, you know, a showcase of a 7 mirror build with a mage blood going zoom Mach 80 through a map, right? That's not going to really showcase much to you. Well, this slower paced combat is definitely going to show quite a bit. One other thing to see here is they are showing the dodge roll as well, which is kind of cute to see, but I'm excited to see what else they have to show in the future. And I mean, this is pretty exciting that hopefully we will finally get the melee rework. Hopefully this will make melee quite interesting. One thing I really liked was this right here. There's like a little teleport that the character does to get to that mob, which is kind of cute. It's maybe a potentially better mobility skill. We shall see. That's all I really have for this. That's all I can really come up with this video. And I will see you kitties in the next PoE 2 video as more information gets released. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, please feel free to write them below in the comments, or if you have anything you want to discuss, or if you want to discuss anything PoE 2 related, I stream on Twitch every day. Feel free to come by and discuss PoE 2 with me there. If not, I'll see you kitties in the next video. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.